based on the way my background looks, I really do feel like my camera is not level. One day I'll get it together and my background will look nice, you know? Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated! Welcome to my recap of a 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 Day, Season 5, Episode 9, Bad Romance. Rah, 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 ah, ah, Roma, Roma, ma, ga, ga, ooh la la, want your bad romance. If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Wah, and I do recaps of relationship reality TV, such as Love After Lockup, 90 Day Fiancé, Married at First, like listen, I'm not gonna get to Married at First Sight, so let me just take that off the script. I'm gonna introduce Love Off the Grid, a new Matt Sharp production exclusively on Discovery Plus. So if you guys have Discovery Plus or the internet, find Love Off the Grid because I will be going live weekly to talk about it, just adding more to my plate because she's not busy enough. If y'all want to donate to the baby fund, you can do so down below. Check the description box. Thank you for returning. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and you can share this video on any social media platform that you deem fit. Okay, let's jump right into the episode. First couple. First couple that we are going to talk about, Gino and Jasmine. Let me do my thumbnail because then I'll forget. Here we go. Let's do the thumbnail. Oh, look at this. Look at her. Look at her, you guys. Okay, it's like this. She's got a little curl going on here. I'm not, it's gonna stay there. Okay, here's the thumbnail. All right, girl. Okay, it had happened. The shoe has fallen. The other foot is shoe has fallen off the foot. Gino has messed up. Gino and Jasmine are sitting outside in beautiful San Jose, an island off of the coast of Panama. She realizes that he has sent nudes to his ex, and so she goes through it and she's like, Gino, did you send nudes? And he's like, what? No, I definitely didn't do that. I didn't do that. She's like, you did. Yes, you did. Gino, yes, you did. And he's like, and she's like, Gino, I see the nudes here. You sent her nudes. Well, I sent her the nudes because I wanted to let her know that I had such a hot girlfriend. What? Jasmine is beyond angry. And so she continues to go through the conversation. It turns out that Gino was talking to this woman while Jasmine was laying next to him napping, probably after. And then he's gonna be on there talking about, oh, she's so crazy. She gets jealous when I talk to any other women. No, it's unacceptable. Look at my hot girlfriend? Absolutely not. So Jasmine storms off and Gino picks up his backpack, tries to follow her, but he doesn't even know where she's gone. What is in that backpack? Because Gino has that backpack every single place that he goes and she has nothing. Not a purse, not a pocket, nothing, just like a slip of a dress and she's out the door. So is he holding all of their items? Are there water bottles in that backpack? You were literally at a resort. Your hotel room is like 5 steps away. Why do you need a backpack, sir? Oh my God, I feel for her in this moment. She has put herself, her pride, and everything on the line to deal with this person named Gino who is like, ugh, you know what I'm saying? And now she's moted. Now she feels dumb and I feel bad for her. He's done something that is just a violation. It's a violation, period, point blank. He goes back to the room and is laying down and she gets up from wherever she is and she's like, I'm gonna cause him just as much pain as he's caused me. A scandalo. She runs to the room and she's like, Gino, how could you do this to me, Gino? You and your sugar babies. You're just a dirty old man and you're such a loser. And then she throws the toothbrush out the door and he's like, what was that? What did you throw out the door? And she's like, trash. And she's like, I don't want to even stay here with you anymore. I don't want to be in the same place as you. So it looks like, my accent is off. I'm sorry, you guys. So I feel like producers got her own room to stay in while they're working through this drama. And the entire time, Jasmine is just walking around in like a thong one piece. And I saw the bruises on her legs and I said, they have been having fun. And I saw the bruises, girl. That's scandalo. Gino is just all out of sorts. He first tried to lie, then he tried to be apologetic, and when the apologies didn't do anything, then he goes into defense mode. But before we get to the defense mode, let's go more into Jasmine's ranting and raving. So Jasmine is trying to get him to talk, but he has nothing good to say. He has no excuse for why he's violated her in this manner. Shut up your mouth, Gino! I'm doing this weird Russian accent. What is happening? I have to get into like the mode, okay? Gringo bonito Gino. And then you have to pay to go out on dates with these girls. Did you pay them or did you just pay for the date? I paid them. Oh, okay, so you're a loser. You're an old man who just pays for sex. That's not what I want, Gino. How could you do this? I don't have any trust on you anymore. Girl. So she storms away, and all we see are ass shots. I said Matt Sharp. Okay, this is getting a little love after lockup-y. Y'all are just gonna follow this woman. Not at any point does any cameraman run in front of her so that they can walk backwards and they can get a picture of her. No, just all ass shots. I mean, literally, the entire segment is just her traipsing around this beautiful area in the dark, in the light, just cheeks out. I mean, I can applaud any woman who goes to the beach with a thong. I'm not there yet in my journey. I don't know that I'll ever truly be there in any journey. It would take a lot of squats, a lot of heavy lifting. You know, I would need to smooth out my situation, just the insecurity, girl. So I applaud Jasmine for that. She gets a bottle of wine, she hangs out on the beach, and she drinks until dark. Then she gets on the phone with her homegirl and she gets real riled up. And she's like, you know what? I'm gonna make him feel as terrible as he's made me feel. So it's dark and she's running around the resort and she gets to the room and she goes and starts yelling at him again. And she's like, how? Ay, Dios mío, Gino. How could you do this to me? Ay. She says 3 different times. She's never talking to this guy again. Then what does she do? Go back and talk to him, okay? For more clarification on what? But then the last time she goes back and talks to him, Gino has a different tactic. And the tactic is, what? I didn't send her any nudes. I'm gonna sue you, Gino! Sue me for what? I didn't send any nudes. So, it's just topless photos of your breasts. I already apologized for it, so if you're not gonna forgive me, then... And she's like, Gino, how? I am hot. And I over here with your tiny dick. I sent her the pictures because I wanted to say, look at my hot girlfriend. And then he says, I really messed up. I love Jasmine more than I've ever loved anybody in my life. Gino, you love Jasmine more than you loved your wife? Why? Is it because Jasmine goes down on you? And so therefore you're like, oh, she's better than the rest? But let's get back to his tiny penis. She is like, well, I'm going to send nudes of your tiny penis all over the place. And he's just like, well, it's, you know, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Your tiny dick. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that? Oh, you can't, I mean... A scandalo. And then she's like, I'm gonna send your pictures and let everybody know who you are. And he's like, whoopee. Whoopee? And when he said whoopee to her, I was like, no. You don't get to act above it at this point. You don't get to behave as though what you did wasn't that bad and she needs to just get over it and forgive you and that you're not unscathed and you didn't send any nudes. No, Gino. No. So she gets up in his face like she's gonna fight him. And that's when the producers step in and they're like, Jasmine, calm down, Jasmine. And I said, don't tell this woman to calm down. Y'all have just been following this woman, taking video of her butt all for the last, not all day, but maybe for at least the last 3 hours, allowing her to drink and get to the point where she's screaming and crying for TV's sake. And then when she goes to hit him in his head, then you want to pull her back. Oh my God, speaking of his head, the best part, we find out what's in the backpack, you guys. So in order to make him feel uncomfortable, she snatches his hat off his head. And we see Gino, and I don't know what I was expecting, but it's exactly what I thought I would see, and it wasn't anything bad. So his insecurity is something else. I thought maybe he had a cone head. Like, I thought I was going to see something different than what I expected. No, what I saw what I expected. It's just a bald-headed man. So, like, you know, whatever. He needs to go ahead and just take care of the back. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and remove the hair. It's done, Gino. Let it go. It's gone. Just let it go. And so he then is like, nah, it's me. And he opens up his backpack and takes out another hat. This man has another hat ready to go. They separate the two and she is just angry. And again, we get more in the dark ass shots of Jasmine walking away. Okay, let's go on ahead and stay in a Latino Spanish-speaking nation. Next couple that we're going to talk about is Mike and Ximena. Te amo. So we've got Senor Mike. Senor Mike is putting the finishing touches on the restaurant reservation. He's got balloons, he's got a cake, he's got it all planned out. The family's gonna be there. It's at a fancy restaurant and it's got a beautiful view looking over the city. The family gets there and Ximena is dressed like she is going to a different party than the rest of her family. Like, her dad is very casual every day. Her sister is super casual as well. And Ximena has got on a black sequins short dress with a slit with like accoutrement on the arms. Te amo mucho. So she knows she's getting proposed to, so I guess she wants to be in her finery. But I wanted to see the shoes. Her father escorts her in, and I just needed to see the whole outfit to really quite understand what was going on. They have an amazing meal. The family is very thankful to Mike, and he's like, you know, everyone, you're welcome. The translator apps are working. Everyone's happy, and the cake comes out with the ring on it, and Ximena says yes. At first, I think she's gonna say no, but she says yes. And I'm confused as to why. I mean, it's so special that even her father starts to cry. I don't think that maybe anyone has had such an overt and obvious show of love in this family, and this was a really, really nice gesture. I mean, not only is he Senor Mike, but he's Rey Mike. Te amo. Te amo. Then we have the next day, and Mike is leaving. There's a kind of a sad, triste, if you will, aura happening all over the place. Ximena is worried that Mike is not going to come back. She really is concerned that she's about to lose this cash cow. So she said yes, even though she's not attracted to him. She has told him that when he goes back to the United States, he needs to work on all of the things they discussed. He needs to work on his cleanliness. He needs to work on his cleanliness. He needs to work on not being nasty. And he needs to work on not farting while on top of her. So he says that he's going to take those things to heart and get better, and he enjoys the fact that she's recognizing that he's trying. So she takes him to the airport and she hugs him and she's crying and she says, I don't know where things are going to go from here because things could easily change. I'm just sad that he's leaving right now. We get a preview of next episode where it looks like she's been distancing herself from him, yet still asking him for money, like to get her tetas done. And I'm like, where are your priorities, ma'am? You don't ask for the tetas until after you get married. I don't know, girl. She knows she's not gonna marry him. Te amo. God, another Latino country. Let's just stay in South America. Next couple that we're gonna talk about is Ben and Mahogany. So in this segment, it has been 24 hours and Ben is unhappy. So what does he do? He goes to his happy place, which is the gym. So he's there, he's pumping iron, you guys. He's getting it together, getting to a place where he's starting to formulate a new plan of action of what he's going to do with Mahogany. And what he thinks that he's going to do is just go to San Bartolo. Basically say, I'm here in your city. What's up? What you finna do? Is you or is you ain't my baby. He says that, God, he is starting to really feel like that 3% chance that she could be a catfish has gone up to a 5% chance. He is so involved in this relationship. He feels like he is more spiritually connected to this woman than he's ever been to anyone in his life, and that this is his chance for love, and that God put him on this path, and so he is full speed ahead no matter what barriers and devils might get in the way. And then I see his phone. And I said, sir, does your iPhone still have a home button? Why does your iPhone still have a home button, Ben? That is like an iPhone 8 or 7 in like an otter container, an otter phone case, as though he has young children who might throw it in the toilet. That man has had that iPhone for the last 7 years, I guarantee you. A home button? I make fun of my boss because she has an iPhone with a home button. So I will make fun of anybody who has an iPhone with a home button, except for Jasmine because, you know, she's not in the States. She's not in the States. People outside of the States, they can have an iPhone with a home button. But United Staters, nah. You need to get a new iPhone. You need to upgrade. He calls his friend Jason and asks Jason to keep him in his prayers. Jason is like, wait a minute. you're going to go to San Bartolo, but like, you know, the girl's not answering you. You haven't heard from her. So you haven't gotten any indication that you going to San Bartolo is going to make any sense. So just be aware of that, crazy. You know what I'm saying? Just like tread lightly, crazy. You being a, you know, loco at this moment. So I love you. You're my homeboy, fist bump, but don't get crazy. He really does feel like Mahogany is making him look stupid. And I'm like, no, you are making you look stupid. Mahogany is not doing that. You are doing that all on your own, honey. All on your own, baby. So in order to get her to respond, Ben sends her a haiku. Not a haiku. He sends her a short story about a runaway train in which everybody on the train is going to die soon. And a guy in a black suit and a woman with red pumps. A woman with red pumps? Ben, you are describing a whore. Which, listen, I love a whore. What I'm saying is that you, being on the godly spiritual path that you are, to describe your partner with someone with red pumps on, I see your kink. And I'm not mad at it, but it doesn't quite align, you know? So he sends to the story hoping that she will be able, through her translator app, to understand the meaning that he is the man in the mortuary's finest and she is the woman with the red pumps. And they are just sitting calmly on the train because they know it's going to end. So why not just get up and dance? And he's hoping that she will dance with him. Ben says that he is connected on a cerebral, emotional, and spiritual level with Mahogany, and that she is the only person who knows him intimately, and that all he's ever wanted in his life was love. Unconditionally, and he's never had that. And again, I can only help but feel bad for his ex-wife who spent 24 years of her life with this ungrateful cretin. She had 4 of his children, and if he was feeling unloved and bereft, what the hell do you think she was feeling? But okay, let's just keep it fun. Let's keep it light. Let's keep it fun and let's keep it light, Wahima. Okay, I just want that woman to find herself a nice little partner and open that bookstore. He says initially that when she didn't show up at the airport, that what he wanted to do was just hop on a plane and go home, but he decided to give it 24 hours. And then later on, we hear him say, well, I've only got a few weeks in Peru, so I've got to make this work. And I'm like, go home, Ben. Don't give Mahogany a few weeks. Don't be that guy. This is not what God is telling you to do. Okay? I don't know what God is telling you to do because I don't hear voices, but I'm telling you it's wrong. So he prepares to storm San Bartolo. We see that he's been text messaging her over and over again. Baby, are you there? Mahogany, I love you. Please answer. All those things. And he sends her a text telling her that he's in the cab and he's on his way to San Bartolo. And her response is, when she finally does respond, is San Bartolo and Lima are far distance. And I Googled it, and they're about an hour and a half, an hour and 24 minutes away from each other, which is a long distance, but it isn't super long, right? For someone you love, it's not that bad. So it looks like Ben speaks better Spanish than what we thought. He is having whole conversations in the car with the taxi driver. And why is it that these people make the taxi drivers their like therapists? Like, why do the taxi drivers have to tell you what to do and what restaurants to go to and all that jazz? Ben says, am I being set up? Am I going to look like a fool? And the resounding answer is yes. Yes, all of those things. So he gets to the restaurant, orders a glass of water, and sits there for 30 minutes waiting for Mahogany. And I think he really does think that she's just going to show up. And I think to myself, why would someone show up after not texting you for hours? Hours. For 24 hours, this person has texted you one thing, knowing that you came to a country specifically to see them. And you tell them, I'm going to be at this restaurant at 8. Be there or be square. So the fact is she sees his WhatsApp messages and is choosing not to respond is a violation, okay? It is a violation. She is violating this person's rights. She is violating him. And he's like, no, maybe she's busy. No, nobody's busy. Everybody's face is in their phone 24/7. Truthfully choosing to ignore you. And if she was on her way or going to meet you, she would have texted you and said, yes, I'm sorry, I'm gonna come. Or I'm going to come with my dad, or I'm going to come with a friend, or something. But she hasn't said anything, and you are expecting her to show up like this is some romantic comedy from 1992, and it is not. I'm just going to keep on laughing at Ben. Next couple that we're going to talk about is Memphis and Hamza. I don't quite understand what happened in this section because I feel like I missed something. Hamza and his mother go to a wedding shop to look for an outfit for him. I like the white one with the red trim better. His mother likes the dark blue one. She says he looks smart in it. I don't agree, but doesn't matter. So he tells her, his mother, about the prenup, which I don't remember them actually having the prenup agreement conversation, but maybe it's because I don't like them as a couple. I don't like their storyline, so I'm like blocking things out. I thought I saw it in the previews, but not in the actual episode. Anyways, so he tells his mother about the prenup. His mother doesn't quite understand it. He explains it. He's like, if I get divorced, then, you know, I don't get anything out of the divorce. And I'm like, she doesn't say that. I mean, the divorce is that you leave with what you came with. And so if by the time you guys get divorced, you have something, then you'll leave with that something. But if you guys get divorced and you don't have anything, then you don't leave with anything of hers, which is smart for a single woman with 2 kids. But he feels like that means that she wants an out. And I think that there is just a very old-fashioned idea of marriage, a brew and a here. I understand where him and his mother are coming from, and his mother feels like something's wrong with her because she's upset about the craziest things and she yells at him over dumb things, and they've only been together for a little bit of time, and so like maybe they need more time to get to know each other, and divorce has affected her so negatively that she doesn't want Hamza to be like bereft and like alone and adrift by himself in the US. And it's because she really doesn't understand how the US works. Like, as long as he's able to come here and work, he will be fine. He doesn't need her. As long as he learns more English, finds a community, he will be fine. And so his mother is kind of throwing doubts in his mind, and he's trying to overlook them, but this prenup is like weird, and his mother's like, no, don't sign the prenup. And I'm like, but Hamza's a man. If he leaves the relationship with what he brought into it, then to me that makes sense. It's not like he's going to be bearing children and he's going to be put in an imposition because someone who's supposed to protect and love and support him has left. Like, no, he's supposed to do it to her. That's why he got his certificate in like air conditioning or whatever. He's upstairs running in a very small circle, getting his exercise in. Memphis talks with her sister Ingrid about her secret, which is literally the dumbest secret ever. Apparently a month into them dating, she spent time at her ex-husband's house, and she has to tell Hamza this secret because, girl, I don't know why. A month, you don't owe him anything. A month with a stranger in a foreign country, you don't owe him anything. You don't owe him any explanation about that, especially if you guys weren't intimate. And so she goes to tell him the secret, but before then, he tells her that maybe they're rushing into marriage, so she gets upset and slaps his hand away and grabs the translator app, and girl, I don't care. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Just like, whatever. Who cares about them? Thank you, Jasmine, for all that you do for us. That's the end of the video, you guys. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share on any social media platform that you deem fit. If you thought this video was funny and you'd like to drop me a tip, you can do so with the information that's in the description box. And y'all have a fantastic week. Remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye. Te amo.